Can't find Mark Klemek's lectures anywhere or don't have the time to sit through his lectures? Don't worry, I took really good notes and I'm going to summarize all his key points from his lectures for you. So this is part 2 of acid-base, and I'm going to go over all these signs and symptoms associated with acidosis and alkalosis. Mark Klemek says, as pH goes up, everything in the body goes up. If pH goes down, everything in the body goes down. Remember that. So, alkalosis is up. If pH goes up, everything in the body goes up. So what does that look like? Think of things that go up. Hyperreflexia, you're thinking hypertension, tachycardia, tachypnea, borderygmy, also known as hyperactive bowel sounds, seizures. Now, just a little tip, what do you need at bedside if someone's having a seizure? Always suction, always. Think about aspiration risk. And if pH goes down, as in acidosis, everything in the body is going to go down. So what does that look like? You are thinking hypo and Brady. So hyporeflexia, hypotension, hypoactive bowel sounds, also known as a paralytic ileus, bradycardia, bradypnea, lethargy, coma, respiratory arrest, and depression. And just remember, whenever you have a patient at risk for respiratory arrest or depression, always keep that Ambu bag at bedside. So what are the causes of an acid-base imbalance? It is very simple. The first question you need to ask yourself is, does it have anything to do with the lung? If the answer is yes, then you need to ask yourself, is the patient overventilating or underventilating? Overventilation is always associated with alkalosis. Underventilation is always associated with acidosis. The next thing you need to know, is the patient prolonged suctioning or vomiting? Has the patient been vomiting or being suctioned for a long time? If yes, it is metabolic alkalosis. Prolonged suctioning and vomiting have to do with metabolic alkalosis only. Next, and the final thing you need to know is everything else is metabolic acidosis. So a trick thing that a lot of people get stuck on is diarrhea. If a patient has prolonged diarrhea, that is metabolic acidosis. So everything else by default is metabolic acidosis. My next video in this little series is going to be all about ventilation.